Hello, and welcome to Business Focus, produced by the Greater Reston Chamber of Commerce. My name is Angela Inzerillo with Impact Business Solutions, and I'm privileged to be a host as we highlight the great work our local businesses are doing. Welcome to fall and September. What a great lineup of guests we have today. Kicking it off is Charles Kapur, the president and CEO of the Reston Chamber, here to talk to us today about all the exciting things that are going on at the Chamber in the fall, including our next Titans of the Toll Road, specifically on artificial intelligence. So stick around to learn more. Next, I've had the pleasure of speaking with Valerie Spencer, the Director of Business Development over at Didlake, talking to us today about how they are creating and promoting opportunities that enrich the lives of people with disabilities. I love their story, so please watch that. And then finally, I end with a fabulous Miss Amelia Vallone, Logan, who is with Amelia Vallone Interiors, sharing her passion for interior design from conception to delivery. Let's go meet them. So please welcome my first guest, the famous Mr. Charles Kapur.
The famous?
Yes, the president. Yeah, you didn't know that you were famous, right, Charles? The president and CEO of the Reston Chamber of Commerce, my guest, as always. How are you, Charles?
Fantastic. Angela, it's been too long. I'm glad we're able to do this, but I know that there is a long list of people that want to talk to Angela on Business Focus, so I'm glad I was able to sneak in.
Absolutely. We have got so many great things going on, right, Charles, at the Chamber, that I figured it was a perfect time for you to kind of come in, give us a high look into the fall. We've got events from networking to sports to community events to holiday parties. So why don't we just give folks a quick overview of what you got coming up? And by the way, Charles does do a great newsletter video that if you're not on the email list, you should subscribe and get that, because he definitely talks about all the events for that particular month. But yeah, give us a glimpse into the fall, and then we'll cover a couple events, a little bit more of a deeper dive.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, folks are back from summer vacation. We got a little bit of window of opportunity to tend to your business before the holiday party invites start to go out. So we are jam-packed for the fall. It is exciting. We've got tons of events. And like you mentioned, lots of ways to stay connected. Check out our website, restonchamber.org. Subscribe to our newsletter. Follow us on all the social medias, and you'll stay up to date. But yeah, we're kicking off the fall with a couple events here at the end of September, back-to-back, actually, on Tuesday the 26th and Wednesday the 27th. On the 26th, we're having our monthly networking night at the YMCA Fairfax County Reston on Sunset Hills Road. It's also our annual wellness fair. So it's a fantastic event. If you've been to our networking night, you know what that's all about. Huge crowd, plenty of folks to meet and network with. But in addition to that, we have 28 different health and wellness service providers who will have tables set up so that you can learn more about their business, learn more about their services. And it's just a unique insight to a great industry that's here in our community. So that's on September 26th. And then the following day, we're at Westfields Country Club for the annual Reston Chamber Cup Golf Tournament. And we are already at our largest field of players that we've had, probably in about 5 years. So it's fantastic. Great crowd of folks that are going to come out, have a great day of golf. We end the day with a fantastic dinner reception, and there's all sorts of fun and games to be had on the course, aside from your golf swing. And afterwards, raffle prizes, silent auction prizes, great dinner and drinks at the Reston Chamber Cup Golf Tournament on Wednesday, September 27th.
Yeah, you don't even have to play, right? You could just go to the networking event or do the raffle. We're going to do that online. That's going to be great.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a scramble format, so as long as you got one person who's pretty good at it, you'll have a good time. And it's you're there with your friends and colleagues, so it's a good time. But you're right. If you just don't want to play golf, come and have dinner with us. Dinner and drinks at Westfields on the 27th. Yeah, and then October stays busy. We've got one of our big semi-annual signature events in Titans of the Toll Road in October.
Yes. So tell us a bit, because I want to dive a little bit deeper into Titans specifically. I know we've been putting this event on since, the whole words AI came out, right? Artificial intelligence. Yes. So we've got a great panel and a great exciting Titans. So Titans has been now a couple of years in the making as a program, right?
Yeah, it started in October of 2021, so this will be 2 years, and it's a creation of our Innovation Council, which focuses on technology companies. And when we did it in 2021, it was just a one-off.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was really designed because what we realized is there are some amazing companies right here in our own backyard that are doing some incredible work in the world of technology. And well, why don't we highlight that? And what started as a one-off has now turned into one of our most popular semi-annual events. And over the years, we've covered topics from space satellites and geospatial data analytics to innovations in healthcare and health education,
Mhm.
cybersecurity for businesses of all shapes and sizes, to now focusing on how AI is going to change everything.
Yes, yes, that we know. So tell us a little bit more. I think it's on in October, right? 18th?
It's October 18th, going to be hosted at Google in Reston Station. It's a fantastic panel of cybersecurity leaders. We've got leading executives from ICF, Google,
Nice.
Mantech, and Leidos, who are all going to be up on a panel discussion talking about what we as business operators, people in the business community, ought to know about the future of AI. What does that mean for the way we work, the future of work? What are some of the promising things in the world of
Mhm.
business? And frankly, what are the things that we need to be concerned about? What are some of the risks that we need to be
Yeah.
mindful of as we venture into this very new technology? So that's on Wednesday, October 18th. You can find out more information and register at titansofthetollroad.org.
And another great thing, an opportunity for those watching is you can sponsor the event if you want to have a table there, but even just being there and being, I say toe to toe with the speakers and being able to be that intimate to ask your personal questions. But space is limited. So make sure you get your tickets as well as any sponsorship opportunities, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's whether you're in the technology field or not, you have to realize that this technology is already affecting how we do business, how we live our lives. And so even if it's not your core business, you really owe it to yourself to come and listen to these industry leaders and find out what you don't know.
100%, 100%. All right. Well, that leads us into kind of rounding out the year in the last
Yep.
minute or so we have.
Absolutely. Yeah. We've got Titans on the Toll Road in October. And then we close out the year with a couple of our signature events in November. We're going to partner again, as we have for the last 30 years, with South Lakes High School for Ethics Day. It's our opportunity for community volunteers to come out, work with the senior class as we run those kids through a battery of different ethical dilemmas, real world scenarios that they break out and discuss. The students learn a lot. Volunteers in the community learn a lot. Great afternoon with the senior class. We're doing that for 30 years. And then we'll close out the year. This is a little further out into the winter now. End of the year is our annual holiday celebration, Jingle Mingle, in December at Reston Community Center at Hunters Woods. Fantastic way to blow off a great year of success with your friends and peers, enjoying a lot of the merriment that is you can only get at Jingle Mingle.
You know, Charles, I know it's just the fall's just kicking in, but people are planning their holiday parties. So you definitely want to plan it and spend it with us, and it'll be a great time. It's early December. And then Ethics Day, what a great community opportunity to volunteer or to sponsor 400 South Lake High School students, seniors.
Yep.
So
It's great. It's great. And there's a lot coming at you. The best way to stay on top of it, restonchamber.org. Sign up for our newsletter and stay on top of everything that we're doing.
Well, as always, Mr. Kapur, great to see you. Thanks for being here and sharing what's coming up at the chamber. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
Sounds great. Thank you, Angela.
So please welcome my next guest, the lovely Valerie Spencer, Director of Business Development with Didlake. Valerie, welcome, my dear.
Thank you, Angela. Thanks for having me.
My absolute pleasure. Love having you on the show. And as I've said in the past, you have been here representing the chamber in our GovCon world because you do so much for the chamber in the B2G event. So I'm excited to have you here representing Didlake and this fabulous organization that you work for. So let's talk a little bit about it. So Didlake is a big company that does a lot of great things for business, but also nonprofits. So share a little bit about Didlake and what you do there.
Absolutely. Happy to. And thanks again for inviting Didlake to come aboard. So Didlake is a nonprofit rehabilitation services provider based in Manassas, Virginia. We create and promote opportunities that enrich the lives of people with disabilities. That's our mission, and that is everything that encompasses Didlake. We've been around since 1965, so for quite a while here, but Didlake has evolved with the times. We originally started as a school, and about 10 years later, when Congress integrated individuals with disabilities into the school system, we had to rethink where we were focused. And that's when we really turned to employment and integration into the community. And hence a lot of where I focus my attention now as the Director of Business Development and seeking employment opportunities within federal government, state, local, and also we have some commercial divisions as well, but all in the name of creating opportunities in a diverse line of services for the people that we support.
Yeah, I bet you a lot of people don't know about that and kind of the connection between the two groups, if you will, or the divisions. So share a little bit more about these programs and services.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a number of different services at Didlake. So we go anywhere from individuals that are ready to work. For individuals that are not ready to work to individuals that are really ready to work in, headquarters facility for a government agency, as an example. So we have 5-day support services, and those are programs for individuals that aren't ready to work, but really need some support in learning some life skills and how to integrate into the community. We're all about, community involvement. So we are working with to develop volunteer opportunities for them to get out into the community, opportunities for them to learn their basic life skills out in the community. So we have 5 of those spread throughout Virginia. For those individuals that are ready to go to work, we have a team of 30 employment service specialists.
Oh, wow.
And they're pretty neat because they're really a job matching tool for the individuals that we support, as well as the employers and companies, et cetera, that are seeking to fill their vacancies, which is a huge challenge in this day and time, right? So our employment specialists are working one-on-one with these individuals with disabilities to determine what their skills are, to determine what they need, help them build a resume, help them learn interview skills, help them, take them to their first interview, show them how to, dress and present, et cetera, explain the public transit system for a lot of our government contract sites as well. And they will partner with businesses. They'll support our contract operations division and employing people on our federal, state contracts, et cetera. And in that arena, we're supporting over 2,000 people with disabilities across those types of services. And then we also have our contract operations division, which is what business development supports. So that's really, we've got, we are a nonprofit, but we also are a pretty solid business. We're doing about 100 million in government contracting. And we've been doing that for 30 plus years. So these are another area of, employment opportunities for the people we support in a diverse line of services that we've been doing for 30 plus years. And lastly, and I forgot to step back to talk about some internship programs that we have as well. So obviously we need some of that transition opportunity. So we're looking at, we participate in a program called Project Search, where we're partnering with high school students to get those high schoolers. So we didn't want to get away from the full education side, right? We need to figure out how to transition everybody over. So the Project Search program allows us to work with high schools, the Department of Rehabilitative Services, and a local employer and give people that real life work experience. So for those that aren't quite ready to go, but want to get out there, they have that internship model as well.
So they intern or work because you've got the Didlake Imaging and you've got the stores, right? The UPS stores and George Mason, right, as well?
Yeah.
And so do you have interns there or the employment?
Yeah, so that's our commercial division, which we built out because of all the experience that we had on the federal side. Also, because we wanted to have an opportunity for, I mentioned we're based in Manassas, so in Prince William County. A lot of our individuals were we're looking for some more job opportunities here based in Prince William. So we opened up Didlake Imaging, which takes a lot of our expertise doing document imaging for the government, provides that locally here, also provides photo imaging. So we're now doing B2B and B2C and B2G services, the gamut. And then you mentioned the UPS stores. So we own and operate a couple of the UPS stores, taking a lot of our shipping, receiving, mail expertise for the federal government, again, putting that into a community arena, which again is a part of our mission. And yes, at the George Mason University store, we have two stores, one in Manassas at the Center of Innovation, and the other in at George Mason. And George Mason is unique because George Mason has a program called Mason Life. And it's an internship program, and it's a paid internship program for individuals with disabilities that are seeking a college education. And we are partnering at the UPS store to provide those paid internships and real life work experience. So that is a really unique build that we've had for the store, and working closely with George Mason, which is a longtime partner of ours.
Well, I can see the big smile on your face. You're very passionate about what you guys do. And I'm really glad
there's
finally,
a lot.
There's some, I know we could spend another half hour easily, but I just wanted to, thank you for being here today and kind of sharing a highlight of your story, just so people can start, learning a little bit more. What do you think is the best way? Because I always say to learn more, but how can people participate and work with you guys and support your mission?
Yeah, so I think I named a number of those. So, if there's people that have employment opportunities or vacancies, to reach out to our employment services team. If there's individuals that are just kind of interested in trying out a person with a disability, even if it's just for an hour or two, to say, hey, I wonder if someone could do this type of job, reach out to us. We love opportunities to give them real life work experience. Reach out to Didlake Imaging, didlakeimaging.com. If you have photos, documents, microfiche, large format, any of that, reach out to us there. The UPS stores, if you have shipping, receiving, Amazon packages, everybody has those, and it's a matter of going to this one or this one. Look at the ones that Didlake owns and operates. We are, a .org, so obviously there's an opportunity to donate to us as well. And then, lastly, just from a government contracting side too, we're also, looking to partner with other businesses in that realm as well. So we have 30 plus years of experience in a diverse support services setting. So reach out to me as well and let me know what we can do to work together. So
awesome.
Really
well, I'll make sure your information scrolls up on the screen, and then people will reach out to you. Valerie, it's always great to see you. Thank you for being here today with me and sharing your story as well as Didlake.
Thank you, Angela. It's a pleasure.
So please welcome my next guest, the lovely Amelia Vallone Logan, CEO and president of Amelia Vallone Interiors. Amelia, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you, Angela, for having me. It's really a pleasure.
You have been a member of the Reston Chamber for a number of years, I think over a decade. So welcome finally to here.
Yes.
So excited to share your story with our audience. You've got such an exciting background. So why don't we start with that? First of all, so tell us a little bit about your background and how you got started with your interior design business, because that's not something that came right away, right?
No. Well, I think that doing what you like is the most important thing. And as we can all see, the well-being and what you do is really very important in being happy with your family and everything. So I started my business in the year 2011. I founded an LLC, and I have a PhD in geology.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yes, I love rocks and I love minerals because minerals have color and brilliancy. So I work at the Smithsonian Institution for over a decade. I was managing the analytical laboratories, very interesting job, but and there were colors in the process of the imaging. And I got very familiar with the National Gem Collection, which is really fabulous. And I still keep a little bit of my geology with interior design, because in my workshops, I introduce the hidden gem, and it could be the Hope Diamond, the Carmen Lucia Ruby, the Logan Sapphire. I always like to say it's my sapphire. So gems are very inspiring for interior design. And at a certain point, I thought I wanted to go back to my roots. I wanted to, I was missing on the creativity, not to mention the commute to DC. I like having my studio here in Reston. I love Virginia. I work listening to Chopin and Bach. That's my source of inspiration. This is my studio, and colors. I find this color very soothing and very inspiring.
Oh, it's very relaxing. I just love it the way it looks, and you just look so comfortable. You look like you could be really creative in that space. I'm really glad.
I am, yes. And I have the right lighting, things that are very important for your comfort.
Yeah,
what bothers me.
We're going to get into that a little bit more, because it really is important. I don't think people think enough of the environment that they work in, 8 hours or more a day, a week, that they are spending in their office and their surrounding. And I know you work a lot to have people be more productive. So why don't we talk a little bit, get into that side of you, like more about your services, that what you offer, and like who are they specially designed for? Because I don't think people really understand the power of an interior designer versus a contractor, let's just say, right?
Yes, that's right. Well, I do commercial and residential design, and the services that we offer are completely, from conception to delivery. Mm-hmm. We do absolutely everything, and that is very beneficial to the client, because it really make them relax. It gets away the stress. It provides really a wonderful service. I mean, more than the design itself, it's just being able to take care of everything. So delegate. They need to trust us. That's very important. And so we do a lot, from complete makeover room to bathrooms renovations. And yes, like you mentioned before, in general, people don't understand very well what an interior designer does. And they confuse it. They think, oh, well, the major mistake, I would say, is like they think that it's going to be more expensive. Mm-hmm. And it's not more expensive. It's the opposite. So they think that they can't off expenses by working along with a contractor. And the reality is that we need to work together. They need to have a good design before they get a quote from a contractor, because at that point, if you get the quote before, you can get surprised with additional costs at the end of the project. So we also do a lot of 3D renderings, and that really, I am working right now with a new software that has a very high resolution, and it really helps people to visualize the outcome of a room, because that's another issue, that people have a hard time visualizing the whole project, the whole room. And they go sometimes and they buy one sofa or one chair, and here and there, they don't understand the sizes. And then they call me and say, I have all the pieces, but I needed an interior designer to pull it together. Well, no. that is not going to lead to good design, because I'm an interior designer, not a musician. So we need to do it from the very beginning. We need to have the concept of what we are going to do. We need to understand the space. What an interior design does is we work with the individual, the object and the space, and their relationship between these three elements. And we consider the psychological, the physical, and the social needs. So that's a big difference between a contractor, between and a decorator as well.
Yeah, I think you set up perfectly where people think it costs more, but in terms of price and what you can offer, because you've got great relationship with vendors as well, but just the sanity, right? And the stress, that's a huge cost. Now, I know you've got some events coming up, so why don't we share that before we end here? I know that you do webinars, which is great. Education's important. So the free seminars,
Yes.
webinars, and then you're going to be participating in the Chamber's Wellness Mixer at the end of September, which I'm really excited about. So I want to share a little bit about those two things.
Yes. We are going to be at the wellness event, and there we're going to be talking about the impact of interior design in wellness, the type of lighting that you need, both the natural lighting and artificial lighting, colors, scents, biophilic design, and if you visit our booth, you're going to get a nice sachet with lavenders from my garden.
Oh my gosh, well, I'll be there.
And then we also have a virtual event, a chromatic harmony. Check out the patch, the Reston patch, so you can see, you can register there, and that's more about colors. It's more focused on colors. And
I think the amazing the impact it can have. So yeah, I'm excited to attend that session because it's amazing, like I said, the way that the brain works, and we were talking earlier. So I think that folks can learn a lot about the impact on their brain, which is powerful, and that's kind of what drives. I mean, I know it's business, but from what you're teaching, it has an impact and an effect on people's lives as well.
Yes. I wanted to mention as well, among the services, we just started talking about something else, but when I decided to become an interior designer, I purchased a franchise from Decorating Then to get started. And we have over 120 vendors.
Wow.
And so we can really provide a very good service with the furniture, after we have done the design, the 3D rendering and all that. But we know these manufacturers, we interact with them. They want to make us happy. So all the process is smooth, as opposed to, people buying something on the internet and then it doesn't work, and
it arrives broken. Yeah, like you said, it's not the right color, and you got to return it. Well, I'm so glad that you brought that up. And I know we got to wrap up here. I just wanted to make sure people knew how to get in touch with you. So, is it your website the best way to learn more?
Yes, they can visit my website. I also write a column on the Reston patch. It's the Reston Great Fall Interior Design Corner. I love writing, so they're going to find a lot of tips there for interior design. And they can visit my website is under resources, is the blog. And we have the newsletters. Also, all the newsletters are in our website, so they can see and read all that information as well.
Correct. Yeah, we'll have that scroll up on the screen so we can make sure. Well, I'm looking so forward to seeing you in the end of the month at the Wellness Mixer, and then online with your fabulous webinar. And Amelia, so glad you could join us today. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much, Angela. My pleasure.